What's going on, everybody? This is B7T coming at y'all with a review of Pixar's latest film, Onward, directed by Dan Scanlon, the same guy that brought us Monsters University. Ian and Barley are two brothers who live in a world of magic that has long since forgotten it is real due to all of the advancements in technology. Barley, however, does still believe in magic and also believes that his Dungeons & Dragon-esque game is based on real life. It's not until the boys discover a spell that will allow them to relive one more day with their dead father that Ian starts to believe magic might be real. After his failed attempt at casting the spell, Ian agrees to go on a quest with Barley and his father's legs to finish the spell. I have really mixed feelings towards this movie. I'm glad it was original and it wasn't a remake or a sequel to anything Pixar's already done. So it's good to be in a new world, which is fun. But I didn't really get invested in the movie or the characters as I was hoping I would. But I did enjoy the movie. It was very entertaining to watch. Tom Holland as Ian and Chris Pratt as Barley was a good choice by Pixar, and I also think it was a smart one. These two guys are really riding this trend coming off of the MCU Phase 4, so they're really popular right now, but they've worked really well together, I thought, in this movie. I thought it was a good, fun, entertaining movie. There was some good humor that was thrown in throughout. Some of it hit, some of it didn't, but I'm glad it was there. It was in the right places. And Pixar's animation game continues to get better, as it should, but I'm starting to wonder, has it maybe reached the point where it's almost too good, because we're starting to see the background looking almost picturesque and looking real, but you still have these cartoony type characters that don't seem like they really fit with what's going on in the background. So I almost wonder, have they reached a point where they need to kind of hold it and not really do much more advancement, or should they try to develop these characters and start using more realistic looking characters? I think having Ian as that magical brother was a good idea by Pixar, because it gave them a perfect opportunity to explain the history of magic and explain the history of the realm without it feeling like it was just straight exposition. And having Barley be that exposition character really gave him a little bit more depth, whereas otherwise he just feels like this really strange older brother who believes his card game is based on truth. And having that game end up being based on truth was a great way to exploit that exposition aspect of Barley's character. The brother adventure was fun to watch, and it was good to see Ian progressing through learning various types of magic. The aspect of the boys being driven to see their father for one more day was a good concept, but it didn't have that connection like it was intended to have. I didn't really feel anything towards the father. Him coming along with them on the journey, well, his legs anyway, it felt more like a comedy point in the movie than anything of real value to the story. Because it's not that easy to connect with a character when you just see their legs stumbling around in the background. And not trying to spoil anything for the movie, I almost wonder if that might have been what they were going for based on the climactic scene of the movie. And I really think the climax of this movie saved it, because up until then, there was nothing spectacular about it. It had a cool concept, it had an interesting story, it was entertaining, but other than that, there was nothing great. You know, you don't have that connection to anything going on. There was no real depth to what you were watching. And again, not to spoil anything for the movie, but there's a point where you start to wonder, maybe what I thought isn't reality. And it didn't have that punch like it should have. And I think that's because you don't really see it develop at all earlier in the movie. It all kind of just unfolds itself in about a 60-second sequence. And it kind of felt like it came out of left field. Well, I think I would give this movie probably an 8.5 out of 10. Like I said, it was entertaining, it was fun. but it just felt kind of average. It was definitely one of the middle of the road movies for Pixar. There's definitely some that are a whole lot better, but there's also some that are not as good as this, as specifically some of the Cars sequels. So I think it was okay. It didn't hit. It could have been a lot better, I thought. So yeah, I don't have much of a desire to see this movie again right now. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to leave that comment below telling me what you thought of Pixar's Onward. Thanks.